Hello, everybody. Second teaching going into the new year, and we're not quite to New Year's Eve yet. We're at December 25th, and a large holiday in the United States is being celebrated. I'm turning on the countdown beeper, electric countdown beeper, for 6 minutes, and I'm really going to try to stop at 6. I want this short. T for truth. It stands for something else, but I use it T for truth. And in Hebrews, we're getting right to it here, not too much yakking. I will take one sip of my world-famous green coffee cup. Christy, the coffee's hot right out of the microwave. Just above lukewarm now, though. In Hebrews, the 10th chapter, and here's how you remember it. 10:5, 10:10, 10:20. Body, body, flesh. A body was prepared for the Son of God to come and do God's will on earth. So he walked in the body, and he gave himself his flesh. So we got to get beyond the cross, beyond the blood, to what he walked prior to death, and coming out of the grave, what he walked in a body that could be seen, touched. Oh, that's Sony barking at something strange in the house here. Okay, so body, body, flesh. 10:5, 10:10, 10:20. Okay? Now, the point is, in Hebrews 10, where you find that, you also find this. And I don't know if I laid it out right or not. I might be going into it backwards. Let me see here. Nope. I'm going to start with 10. What do we got here? 10:9. Then he said, "Behold, I have come to do your will, O God." All right? He takes away the first and establishes the second. He takes away the first and establishes the second. Scripture is clear that in God's will, plan, and purpose for his creation, there are firsts and there are seconds. And one term we can put with the first is Old Testament. And second, new. He came to establish the second. He came to establish the new. He came to establish grace above law. Law reveals sin. Grace is above law, higher than law. Mercy and grace. Selah, quiet time. Think on what I'm saying. Now, do you know what the word obsolete means? I'm the truth teacher. I'm the T teacher. I'm giving you truth. Let's use our 5 senses. Let's use our minds. And let's not be ignorant or blind to truth and God's will, plan, and purpose. You find God's will, the will of God, 4 times in the first chapter of Ephesians in the New Testament. And the third time, major doctrine, true witness, 3, major doctrine. Mystery is connected to the will of God. His will, plan, and purpose. Will. 4 times in the first chapter. When you run into his will the third time, mystery is connected to it. And all the mysteries should be fulfilled in Revelation. Finished. Fulfilled. Do you know the difference between finished and fulfilled and obsolete and first and second? That's my point. It's coming fast, 4.5 minutes. All right? Now, let's back up. I just read in Hebrews 10. Let's back up to this one. Hebrews 8:13, the unlucky number. In that he says, a new covenant. Now, if he came in a body to do God's will and establish the second, is the new. Grace is the new covenant over the first, that is the Old Testament. The old witnesses to the second. The now, the new, the today. The part two is better under grace than the first, old, under law. But it says he came born of a woman under the law till the cross. That's why 2/3 to 3/4 of all four Gospels are Old Testament under the law. His life up to the cross. Boy, I hope you're getting this stuff, especially Christy, all right? God has prepared you, opened doors for you, but he wants you to totally understand the second, the new, the part two under grace. And that the first is obsolete. Do you know what obsolete means? Old and ready to vanish away, obsolete, it doesn't work anymore. Let me break it down like this. I'm so old, at 76, I remember phones that didn't have the round circle on it to dial the number in. You picked up the phone and you clicked the button on the top 2 or 3 times to get an operator on the other side. That's 6 minutes. I got to quit. I remember phones that didn't go in a circle to dial the number. Then I remember phones with buttons. And then I remember when they went from 4 numbers to 7 numbers. And now I remember from going from flip phones to smartphones. And be careful of the G5. It doesn't do too much more than the G4, but what it does for the listeners, for the government that want to control the masses, the G5 phone is to listen in and record everything you do. Even when you sleep in bed and snore, the phone records it. Okay, Hebrews tells us that the first is old and obsolete and ready to vanish away. I don't care how much truth is over there. There is truth over there. All that truth points to the now, the new, the part two, the second is better with better promises. Higher spiritual. Spirit, truth. Spirit, word, truth. Agape love, truth. Those that they turn away from truth. Love, you got to go 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Play this one more than once or twice. There's a whole lot of truth in it. Bye.